So the loaded question is the adept loot this week in Grandmaster Nightfalls, and I want to talk about the god roll for this weapon just really quickly. So in the first perk slot, we have options like auto loading holster, overflow, as well as envious assassin. Auto loading holster is going to be good if you're going to be using a kinetic or heavy weapon that you want to pair this with, or doing DPS on a boss. You won't ever really use control burst when it comes to like clearing ads or things like that. Control burst is going to be more towards when you land every burst. You want to be able to shoot a boss and just empty your magazine. Pair that with auto-loading holster, and by the time you're ready to shoot this again, it's already going to be reloaded. We have overflow as well as envious assassin, which is going to pair well with reservoir burst, because overflow is going to double our magazine capacity. When we pick up special and heavy ammo, it's going to overfill our magazine by double. As well as envious assassin, which rapidly defeating targets with other weapons. When we get kills with our kinetic or heavy, that's going to overfill our magazine as well. And with reservoir burst, when the battery is full. So that means when we overfill our magazine with overflow or envious assassin, every shot that we have up until our normal magazine size is going to be a reservoir burst shot. So if you are in a situation where you're going to be picking up ammo quite often, I'd say go overflow. However, envious assassin is probably going to be easier to proc just because overflow is based on you getting lucky and finding ammo, while envious assassin you can actually control how many shots you'll have in your magazine thanks to being able to get kills with your heavy or kinetic slot weapon. So pairing those with reservoir burst is going to be my favorite perk combination for PvE. Truthfully, I don't really care too much for controlled burst. I don't really see myself using it. Controlled burst is still a good option, but out of the two, I'm going to go reservoir burst. Now for PvP really quickly, there are options like under pressure as well as firmly planted in the first slot, which firmly planted you only benefit from when you're crouching. So if you are good at remembering to crouch when it comes to shooting your fusion rifle, firmly planted is going to be good. However, I like under pressure just because I get the improved stability and accuracy as the magazine gets lower. And that will activate below 50% of the magazine. And I'd pair that with Eye of the Storm, which this weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as our health gets lower. By the time you're in an encounter in PvP and you go to get your shot off, you're probably going to be pretty weak anyway. So having Eye of the Storm, you're going to benefit from pretty much all the time in PvP, unless you maybe peek someone first and they don't even really think to shoot you. They just, maybe they don't react in time, but probably get more use out of Eye of the Storm with under pressure. Firmly planted is still always a really good option, but I just have a bad habit of never crouching in Crucible. But those two are probably going to be my favorite for PvP. And for the barrel, I like Hammer Forge just for the extra range. In the battery, we have accelerated coils, which will give us a faster charge time but decrease our impact damage. As well as there is liquid coils, which will improve our impact damage, but it will give us a slower charge time. But either way, up to you what you want to go with for this weapon in the barrel and battery. Those are just my perk combinations that I think are worth farming for on this weapon. Let me know your thoughts on this fusion rifle as well as what role you're looking out for. That's it for this short loaded point video. If it did help, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you all in the next one, alright? Peace.